Good morning, everyone, and good afternoon and good evening in India and Europe. Approximately 6% of married women between 15 to 44 years of age are unable to get pregnant after 1 year of trying. This data is from US, and we are going to talk about how Ayurvedic therapy can help with infertility with Vaidya Yogita Chaudhary. Vaidya Yogita Chaudhary has been treating infertility cases for over a decade. She operates a clinic in Pune, and she's also a professor in an Ayurveda college in India. She's going to share her evidence, experience, and few success case stories. I'm Amita from Nourishdoc, a global platform and community of natural, holistic, and integrative therapies. I'd like to introduce all of you to Vaidya Yogita, who's joining us live from India now. Welcome, Vaidya Yogita. Hello, can you hear me? We cannot hear you, Yogita.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
All right.
Hello. Good morning to all of you, and good night for Indian peoples. Good evening for Indian peoples. So today I am thankful to Nourishdoc and Amita for giving me opportunity for expressing my thoughts regarding infertility and Ayurveda. Next slide. First, we will try to know little about Ayurveda. What is the meaning of Ayurveda? Ayusho Veda, Ayurveda, Vijnane Lavicha. Ayusho is Ayush, Veda is to get knowledge regarding life, is Ayurveda. So, this is the definition, or this is the meaning of Ayurveda word. Most of the peoples do not know about the meaning as well. And that is why I have mentioned few slides regarding Ayurveda meaning and few introduction about that. The second stanza about what is mentioned by Charak Sahita. Charak is the author, and he has mentioned a beautiful text, Charak Sahita. In his text, he has mentioned Hita Hitam Sukham Dukham Ayustasya Hita Hitam Manam Ja Tachayatrutam Ayurveda Sa Uchate. That is definition of Ayurveda he has mentioned. So here there are four types of life: Hita and Ahita. That is what is beneficial for our life, what is harmful for our life. Sukhakar and Dukhakar, that means what is keeping your mind healthy or pleasant, and what is causing your mind unhealthy or sorrow. So all these things are mentioned. All these three are the types of Ayush or Ayu. The aim of Ayurveda is Swastasya Swasthya Rakshanam Aturasya Vikara Prashamanam. This is mentioned in Charak Samhita. The aim is very beautiful, is to maintain the healthy life of healthy person first, and then to cure the diseases of the diseased one. Next, as Ayurveda is, there are the three basic body constituents: dosha, dhatu, and mala. If we consider body as a tree, these are the roots of our body. If the root is healthy, the whole tree will be healthy, and it will give proper fruits, and there will be flowers. But if any part of the roots is unhealthy or getting diseased, it will affect on the whole body. And that is why dosha, there are the three doshas mentioned in Ayurveda: Vata dosha, Pitta dosha, Kapha dosha. Dhatus we will explain in next, and Mala. So if these three are balanced in our life, then our body is healthy enough, and this tree of body will be healthy. Next. Panchamahabhutas and dosha. Panchamahabhuta, Pancha is five, Bhutas is great elements. So the five great elements are present in the atmosphere. They are ether, air, fire, water, and the earth. So all these are the five elements present in the nature. Vata dosha is a combination, as we say that the whole world is made up of Panchamahabhuta. So Vata dosha is combination of the space and the air. Pitta dosha is a combination of fire and the little amount of water is there. And Kapha dosha is water and the earth. So this is about Panchamahabhuta. Our body is made up of Saptadhatu. These are the anatomical structures. Sapta, that means 7. Dhatu, that means tissues. Whenever we are taking food, there are 7 tissues are going to form. The 7 tissues are going to form. The first tissue is Rasadhatu, that is body fluids. Raktadhatu is blood. Mausa is muscular tissue. Meda is adipose tissue. Asti is bony tissue. And Majja, that is bone marrow and nervous system or nervous tissues. Shukra is the last tissue. Just previous slide. Previous slide. Just Shukra is last tissue. It is generative tissue which is necessary for infertility and the knowledge of the infertility, because everything is depending on this Shukra Dhatu for fertility. Next. What is infertility according to Ayurveda? Biological inability of a woman of reproductive age to contribute to conception. It is a state of a woman who is unable to carry pregnancy full term. Infertility is also defined as the failure to conceive after 1 year of regular intercourse without contraception, according to modern sciences. And to find out the solution for this, it should be less complications and it should be affordable. And Ayurveda background is giving less complications and affordable option to all the peoples. Next. In Sushrut Samhita, Sushrut is the author who has written Sushrut Samhita. It is one of the great texts regarding surgeries in Ayurveda. And he has mentioned infertility in terms of Vandyam. It is one of the main disease in 20 types of feminine diseases. In Ayurveda, feminine diseases are compared as a yoni vapada. Charaka mainly focus on the fact that the abnormalities of bijansha, that means the seed, and it leads to Vanda, that is the infertility. As per Ayurveda text, abnormalities of Vata dosha and Shadbhava can cause the infertility. Next. Causes of infertility. There are multiple causes of infertility. The first is ovarian factor. The ovaries are not good, and the cysts are going to form. Adhesions will be there. Second factor is like a tubal factor. Especially tubes are blocked. It may be one tube block, it may be two tubes blocked. If one tube is blocked, 50% chances get reduced for the pregnancy. Age-related factors. Nowadays, the marriages are very delayed, about 30, 35, 40 years still. And due to this, the quality of the ovum or the quality of the seed is reducing. And this is one of the main cause for the infertility. Uterine problems. Uterus is having multiple options, fibroids. These are the multiple factors in uterus which can cause infertility. Another is PCOD. This is very common and the burning issue in every country nowadays due to many factors. Polycystic ovarian disease. In the second figure, everyone can observe that normal ovary is every month secreting only one ovum. But in polycystic ovarian disease, multiple ovums are formed, but they are not getting mature and nothing is coming out every month. Endometriosis, this is one of the endometrial wall is coming out and it is embedding in any areas of the uterus, which is also the main cause of the infertility. As well as menstrual cycle can be affected by many factors such as diet, emotional instability, excessive physical exercise, and the lifestyle. Next. Abnormalities of yoni. Yoni, that means every part. It may be uterus, it may be ovaries. Every part can be affected, and in that cases, the infertility can happen. Psychology. Nowadays, this is a beginning. This is also one of the burning problem because everyone is continuously under stress, and male and female or the husband and wife, they are doing their works. They are continuously under stress, and this also causes the infertility. Shukra and Artava, semen and menstrual cycle, semen and a menstrual cycle in female. Abnormalities in this also is one of the factor. Diet. Nowadays, diet is also a big issue because everyone cannot cook fresh food, and this is also one of the main factor for infertility because the cells, the tissues are not getting fresh, and it is causing the infertility. Mode of life. Nowadays, the lifestyle is changed. Everyone is sleeping very late at night at 1 or 2 o'clock and awakening at late morning And this is also one of the main cause for infertility. Coitus at improper time. So if the coitus is not done in proper time, it can be also one of the main reason for the infertility. Loss of bala and strength. According to Charak Samhita, abnormalities of Atman and Sattva. These are the very deep issues. We will not go into the detail with that. But these also causes infertility. Next. Overindulgence in sex. So this is one of the main cause for quality of the semen. If continuously the semen is coming out, then there will be no quality, and it is a main reason for that. Improper quality and quantity of Artavadhatu, that is menstrual blood or menstrual flow. What is coming out, it should be proper in quantity. If there are any problems, it is decreased or reduced, or it is more in quantity, then also it is causing the infertility. Mental disturbances. Ayurveda says that person suffering from anxiety, depression, and insomnia can also cause the face issues in conceiving. Food consumption. There is a delay in conceiving if if the person is consuming extra spicy food. In these diseases, it increases pitta dosha and it weakens formation of Shukra dhatu. So spicy food is increasing pitta dosha. Due to pitta dosha, heat is increased in the body, and it will kill the semen or the sperms when they are coming to the female body. Controlling sexual urges. So to control sexual urge, in Ayurveda it is mentioned to have the meditation and yoga, and all the things are mentioned. So if it is controlled, then sexual urge should be controlled, and it will be good for it will be one of the main reason, or it will be a medicine for infertility. Next. Now we'll see in Ayurveda, the essential factors for conception are mentioned. Ayurveda is written in Sanskrit language, and that is why few stanzas are mentioned in Ayurveda, like Purvam Chaturnam Sanidhyat Garbha Syadviti Purvakam Rutukshetra Ambu Bijanam Samagrad Anguro Yatha. These stanzas are mentioned in Sushrut Samhita as how sprout comes out by aggregate action of season, soil, water, and seed. The conception occurs by combined action of all the above. So next slide. So you can see here, for when we sow the seed, there is a necessity of proper season, proper soil, nourishment, that is water. All these things are causing a good quality of seed or good quality of ankura. The same things are happening in human body also. That is season, that is time of conception. For example, the conception in ovulation is happening on the 14th day of menstrual cycle. If during that period the act is not there, then there will be no conception. Kshetra, that is soil, that is uterus in case of female. So if uterus is not having any problems, it is good, healthy enough, then it will survive. The baby will survive inside the uterus for a long time, for 9 months. Water or nourishment will be in various forms, like whatever food the female is taking during pregnancy. Everything is going to fetus with this nourishment. And the seed or the sperm or the ovum, the seed should be healthy enough. Then only the healthy child will take birth on the earth. And this is very important because nowadays the quality of seeds are reducing, and due to this the infertility is causing, or the congenital diseases are increasing nowadays. So all the factors of are essential for the best conception. Next slide, please. So just as proper season, good field, enough supply of water and minerals, and good seed are essential to produce good crop. It is mentioned in Ayurveda as Rutukala, Kshetra, Ambu, and Bija are essential factors for conception. The imbalance of any of these features may lead to infertility. Yeah, next please. Timing, that is Ritu. We'll go in detail with this. Even seasons can be incorporated into timing, since nature as a whole is most fertile during spring. Trees are budding, eggs are hatching, and juices of spring replaces the dryness of the winter. Similarly, Rutu, that is period of successful conception, the fertilization can occur, the conception done by considering timing of ovulation. So in the figure, everyone can see that generally the ovulation is taking place on the 14th day of menstrual cycle. And during that period, if there is no act, there is no conception will happen. Similarly, the same things are in case of the seed also. If the seed is not stored in proper timing, then it is waning. Next, favorable conditions for this in case of the normal things or normal pregnancy is stability in life, settled in with responsibilities, finances, duties, peaceful time in the world, spring season, regular, healthy menstrual cycles, indicating regular ovulation. So unfavorable conditions are like financial stress, major shifts at work. Nowadays, the shifts are more, like the people are working at night time also, which is completely against the nature, and it will affect on the quality of the semen or the sperm, as well as ovum also, and other responsibilities, any other instability that is taxing yourself, such as a sick parent or the loved one. Major wars and recent calamities close to the home. This also caused the quality of the seeds. Fall season and the lack of ovulation and the skip cycles. These are also unfavorable conditions for Ritu. Kshetra. Kshetra, that means the field. If the field is good quality, the seed will grow. It will give the good results as the flowering and the fruits also. But if the field is not good, it will not embed. It will not help the fetus to survive for a long time. That is 9 months and 9 days. There can be the missed abortions. So the field which applies to both men and women, or a more mild manifestation of the uterus, literally in the field in which the pregnancy grows. So beginning with healthy body supports a healthy microsphere. Kshetra describes the seat of conception, uterus, which should be healthy enough to hold fetus produces after successful conception and fertilization. Disorders in Kshetra can cause obstruction in fallopian tubes, Vapin univapat, or uterine, cervical, or vaginal pathology causing hostility to spermatozoa. Another reason is fibroids. Nowadays, this is also one of the burning issue, that fibroids at the age of 20 or 25 also we can see the patients. And when the fibroids is there, there is a big obstruction. And without removing that obstruction, the female cannot be pregnant. So fibroids, in that condition, the favorable conditions are the body should be free of toxins. The body should be balanced in the case of doshas. Uterus with a clear passage and regular shape of the cavity. And no obstruction of the fallopian tubes should be there. Unfavorable conditions like high AMA, that is high toxins. The toxins due to multiple reasons, due to the food, due to the water, whatever we are taking inside the body. Accumulated toxins from a diet full of toxins, or the poor food combining. Nowadays, whatever the food we are taking is everything is chemicals, or the chemical fertilized food we are taking. And due to that, the toxins are more aggravating in our body, the doshas, which can be the main reason for the infertility. Large imbalances in doshas, uterus with large masses, fibroids, or anomalies in shape, tubes blocked by scarring from infections or diseases like endometriosis. So these are the unfavorable conditions which are helping for the infertility. Healthy and nutritious fluids, or Ambu. This plays very important role. It can be healthy fluids such as plasma, rasa, and blood, that is Raktadhatu. Ambu resembles nourishment to fetus for proper growth and development. It nutrients that nourish male and female. These include the hormones, specific vitamins and minerals, and the ojas, that is the very essence of vitality and immunity. So disorders of Ambu can cause issues in amniotic fluid and nutritional insufficiency after conception. Nowadays, due to obesity, there is the blockages, and the proper nutritious fluid cannot reach to the baby. So we can see the obese person, the female is obese. We feel that the female can provide the full nutrition. But due to obesity, the vessels are pressed and they cannot provide proper nutritious fluid till the baby. And in that case, the baby sucks or it gives the proper amount of fluid is not there. Next, the favorable conditions for this is strong plasma and lymph. So proper amount of fluids should be taken by the pregnant female. Strong blood should be there. Balanced hormone should be there. Proper nourishment, nutrition, well-balanced diet with all essential vitamins and minerals. Unfavorable conditions are multiple, like dehydration, anemia, fever, palpitations, fatigue, irregular menstrual cycles, strong acne during cycles, diet with poor nutrients, frequent leftover or frozen food, poor calcium and mineral intake. So the food, healthy food, if it is not there, it will be causing unfavorable conditions for this. Next, this is very important factor, seed. Seed can be ovum in female, seed that is sperms in case of the males. If the seed or the fertility refers to egg and ovum, that is a reproductive tissue. Most complete tissue after we digest and process all the food, thoughts and emotions that we ingest. Previously, we have seen that this seed is a part of the one of the Saptadhatu, that is last dhatu, Shukra dhatu. Whenever we are taking food, it is one of the juice formed at the last. And whenever we are taking good quality of food, the best thoughts are there, the best environment is there, the seed will be of good quality or the best quality. The fully mature sperm are produced on average every 2 months. For women, maintaining a healthy environment protects the quality of the egg that they were born with. In females, anti-mullerian hormone is reduced. Nowadays, AMH is reduced. The ovarian reserve is reduced. So the Ayurveda, we can give the best treatment for this to improve the hormone and the fertility can be increased. As well as in case of males, azoospermia, that is increasing cause of the infertility. Next, this is regarding Shukrotpattika, that means the formation of the semen or the semen, which is taking place every month. Next slide, please. Shukra sthana. As in the figures, you can see the every part of the sugar cane is having the sugar juice. Similarly, ghee is available in whole curd. Similarly, the sesame seeds, we cannot see the oil, but if we crush it, the oil can be pressed out. So all these things we cannot see, but they are present. Similarly, in our body, the Shukra is present locally as well as for the whole body. When the whole body Shukra is of good quality, it can be helpful for the healthy pregnancy and the healthy baby. Artava as a ovum. Artava is the name given in Ayurveda, which we can compare it as a ovum, and it is Agneya. That means it is having Agni Guna predominance, and due to that, the fertility will be there, and due to that, the pregnancy will be there because the proper heat is necessary over there. When there are the heat problems in the female body, if overheat is there, in that case also the sperms cannot get live. In that case, they are dead. They get dead, and there will be infertility. So everything in female body should be in balanced proportion, especially pitta dosha. Next slide, please. Favorable conditions for this is every time good eating. Good eating, that is fresh food, the food which is prepared and it is taken in 3 hours after prepared. Not the morning food taken, it should be taken in the evening. So if this quality of food is present and the social habits of cleanliness, this will be helpful for the good condition and minimal environmental toxins. So the whole atmosphere should be healthy, surround atmosphere, good healthy air and a happy mood for the females. It will be giving a good quality of the ovum as well as for the male sperms. Unfavorable conditions is extremely young. That means at the age of 15 or 16, if she is conceiving, or too much older age. Nowadays, it is increased to 35, 40. All these conditions can cause the problems in the baby. Tobacco use, excessive alcohol use, drug use, heavy pesticide exposure. Nowadays, in every our food item, there are heavy pesticides are added with the soil, and due to that, there is effect. That effect is there on the every food item. This is also one of the main reasons for the infertility. Heavy air pollution, heavy soil contamination. So air pollution, as the peoples are increasing the machines, mechanisms, and this is increasing the air pollution. Similarly, all the soil has made as a chemical fertilizer to gain the good crops and good quality of the products, which is helpful for, which is causing contamination. General investigations in female are frequency of menstrual cycle, body or basal body temperature, cervical mucus after intercourse, sexual intercourse, that is postpartum tests, blood test to measure hormones, whatever necessary, the levels and the ovulation. The ovarian reserve, that is anti-Mullerian hormone, is advised for this for number of remaining eggs. So these are the very basic investigations advised. Next, management by Ayurveda. So we will take these all the things in detail by the management as Vata Anuloman, Ayurveda herbs, Ayurveda formulation for infertility, detoxification, dietary suggestions, lifestyle modification, and yoga. So any infertility case is balanced with this Vata Anulomam. As we have seen that Vata dosha is a very important factor which is playing key role in infertility. So to balance Vata dosha, we have to give Vata Anuloman drugs or herbs. So that pathogenesis of infertility, therefore the Vata Anuloman is very important for the management of infertility. Ayurveda has suggested various herbs and formulations along with disciplinary daily regime for the management of vitiated Vata dosha. For example, please back side, previous slide, please. Daily regime. So in the daily regime, whenever we are getting wake up, what we should eat in our breakfast, lunch, or dinner, it should contain proper amount of oily food. All these things are mentioned in Ayurveda for the daily regime, as well as for Vata balance. Seasonal regime is also mentioned. Seasonal regime is mentioned in the form of Basti treatment. And if every person is doing Basti treatment or the medicated enemas, then it will helpful for balancing Vata dosha for the whole year. So if there are little more or less changes are happening due to environmental changes or seasonal changes, the body tries to itself balance. Next slide. Ayurveda herbs, ashwagandha, shatavari, that is asparagus racemosus. Now this herb is worldwide used. Asparagus soup is used in Western countries, most of the countries. Amalaki, that is Emblica officinalis, and commonly employed herbs are used to treat infertility. So Dashamula, Shatavari. Dashamula is, there are the 10 type of roots. Dasha is 10, Mula is roots. These 10 roots are used for the treatment of infertility, for ovulatory disorders, as well as Shatavari, that is asparagus racemosus. We are using asparagus in various forms, in the form of decoction, in the form of juice. Gugulu is also one of the herb which is helpful for the ovulatory disorder. Shatavari, the same, Ashoka, Jivanti, Dashamula. The Latin names are not mentioned here. They are also recommended for premature ovarian failure. Guduchi and Punarnava can be recommended for fallopian tubes blockage and inflammatory pelvis. So all these things, all these herbs can be used for infertility. Ayurveda is a science which is person specific. So after taking every female or the male case, the doshas are advised to balance, and every treatment of every person is different. So these are the commonly mentioned herbs which can be commonly used. Next slide, please. Shodhana, that is medicated purification. Shodhana, it helps in the removal of toxins that opens up channels, and therefore they maintain normal circulatory functioning of the body. So it is suggested to perform Snehana and Svedana. Snehana is a oiling, Svedana is fermentation, medicated oiling and fermentation. prior to any kind of medicated purification. So there are 5 types of medicated purification procedures mentioned in Ayurveda. Vamana, that is medicated emesis. Virechana, that is medicated purgation. Nasya, nasal administration of medicated oils or ghee. Basti, that is medicated enemas, and the bloodletting procedure. These are the 5 basic procedures. But every procedure, these are the 5 procedures, but they can be used for every person in different ways. There are thousands of medicines explained for these procedures, and that is why it is person specific medicine. So Shodhana helps to balance ovarian, tubular, and uterine functioning, which is essential for restoring normal progeny. And that is why for every couple, when they are thinking of having kids, we are advising the medicated purification. This helps the both the couple, that means mother and the father, to purify the body and purify the psychology as well. So it is not only related with the health physiology of the body, but it is related with the psychology, and it helps in both ways. It keeps mind healthy, and it helps for the good quality of the conception. And that is why Shodhana is very important treatment, and it should be done by every couple before the conception. So it will be give a best quality of seed and best quality of the baby, which is going to survive on the earth. Next slide, please. Healthy food for healthy pregnancy. So this is very important factor in Ayurveda. Most of the thing Ayurveda is explaining about the food. If our food is of good quality, there is no necessity of medicine. If the food is organic one, nowadays the organic things are very necessary, because the everything is along with the chemicals, and it is affecting on our body again in the formation of or accumulation of toxins. So the food plays a very important role for the infertility. So ghee, milk, ghee should be always cow ghee. Milk should be always A2 type of milk, which is from the desi cows. Nuts, then dates, honey, saffron, fruits. All fruits should be fresh fruits. All vegetables should be fresh. It should not be frozen in the freeze for a long time. If it is frozen in the freeze for a long time, the quality of the vegetable reduces, and it is not helpful for our requirements, nutritional requirements. Along with that, bean, peas, whole grains and spices like turmeric and cumin are recommended for enhancing the fertility. So all the healthy food makes your body healthy, and it helps for the healthy pregnancy. Next slide, please. Lifestyle modification. So avoid stress. This is very important. The stress can be avoided with multiple factors by doing yoga, by doing pranayam, meditation. Take proper rest. Nowadays, this rest is reduced. The peoples, they are not following the proper regime of the day and night. Consume healthy food materials. Proper daily routine. Avoid consumption of alcohol and smoking. Overindulgence in sex, so control on the mind. And conduction of sadvrutta. It helps in the management of infertility. This lifestyle modification helps to prevent all types of diseases as well as in the infertility. Next, yoga. It reduces stress. Very important thing. Pranayam reduces stress. It improves circulatory process. It removes toxins, and it maintains the healthy body weight, which is very much necessary, because it doesn't allow any accumulation of toxins in the body, and due to that the weight is maintained. So following yoga can be recommended, like Brahmari Pranayam. Brahmara is like a bee, honey bee. As she is doing the sound is prepared, or it is made in the nostrils, and it makes the brain, the pituitary gland, to secrete all the hormones and satisfy the body. Nadi Shodhan Pranayam as well as Hastapadasana. These are very small recommended here. Next slide, please. So this was the previous slide. It was all about the infertility and what everyone should do to prevent the infertility. I have treated multiple cases of infertility. I will present few cases regarding that. There is one case of primary infertility. The patient was 30 years old and she was along with the rheumatoid arthritis and for 2 years, and there was completely swelling on the joints. In that cases, her menstrual cycle was regular, and she was on treatment of painkillers on and off for the rheumatoid arthritis. Due to that rheumatoid arthritis, she has developed skin disease also. There was the eczema on the thighs, and she was continuously itching. And for the itching, she was taking the allopathy treatment to stop the itching. But there was only she was getting better with that treatment. But when she's not taking any kind of medication, again everything was worsening. Along with that, she was having the infertility. So she was very much fed up with all the things, and she come to us and for that treatment. Next slide, please. So patient was under treatment in hospitals for multiple times, and ovulatory stimulation was done for 9 cycles. For 9 cycles, and there was no result. So she was advised in the hospitals that diagnostic laparoscopy also, but she was not. She refused it, and she came for Ayurveda with very much hope. We took the history of the patient as per Ayurveda rules. We advised her Virachan and Basti, and the patient did proper Panchakarma treatment, and she conceived in the 3rd month of the treatment. And the baby, you can see, it is one of the healthy baby, and she is very happy that she has the baby, because multiple times after going to hospitals, she was fed up. But with Ayurveda treatment, she was mentally satisfied, and physically also she get good health, and she conceived. Next slide, please. Case study 2. She is also one of the case for primary infertility. She is 20 years old, and she came to my clinic with USG showing PCOD. After taking history, the same, she was having irregular menstrual cycle. That is 3 to 4 days after 60 to 90 days. That means after 2 or 3 months, she has the cycle. So there was the diagnosis, or we did our history, as she was a Pitta Pradhan and Mala Pravriti, that means fecal, or she was constipated. And family history, that is she has the family history of PCOD. Her sister was also having PCOD problems. She has gone for allopathy treatment 2 years, the same like ovulatory stimulation and everything she go, but there was no results, and she come to Ayurveda for healthy baby. Next slide, please. So we advised her for first Virachan and Basti along with a few medicines, but she refused. She don't want to do that. In that case, we give her oral medication. She has a good regularized cycle with all these conditions with oral medicines, but she was not conceiving. But when she did, again, we advised her Virachan and Basti, and this time the patient did proper treatment and conceived immediately after the next month. So patient has conceived in the next December, and this month is her due date. So this is also one of the best case which can be explained. Next slide, please. This is one of the case from Japan. She was Japanese patient. She has done multiple times. She was 38 years old, and primary infertility she came with for 3 years, from 3 years. In this patient, we find one of the problem like constipation, a big constipation, like 2 or 3 days after she is passing the stools. And due to that, the toxins were completely accumulated in the intestines, which were causing the body too much toxins. And the sleep was not proper in her case. She was married since 3 years and have the regular menstrual cycle. So she has visited infertility center, IUI, IVF, till she was advised. She was not willing for that, and she came for Ayurveda treatment with hope. We advised her Basti treatment and Shirodhara for 7 days, and continued with oral medication for a complete 3 months to have a good quality of the seed. And after 3 months, she conceived with proper counseling with her husband, because her husband was the act was not done in proper timing. When we counseled her in proper way, and the next month she get pregnant. So she is having a healthy female child, and she's very happy. Next slide, please.
I think that's it for now.
Yes, that's it for now. Any questions and answers?
Yeah, so we are open for questions. That was a very, very good talk, Dr. Yogita. So we are open for questions. Any questions that you have? So if we've written our email, we've written our website as well. So you're welcome to contact us. So I see some question. Let me just stop share right now for 1 second. Okay, so somebody's asking about the specific oral medications. This is an educational session. I do want to point that out. It's completely up to Dr. Yogita. If you want to share it, if you want to share the oral medication that you
oral
use.
medications are varying from person to person, because Ayurveda is a science which is person specific. Every case is different. So all the medications are completely advised in the way which we have mentioned in management of infertility by Ayurveda. So as this is Ayurveda science, it is person specific. After taking the case of the person, we can advise the things or the oral medications.
So there's no rule, like, in
Western. There is no specific rule, because if the ovulatory problems are there, we have mentioned few herbs. But along with that, again, why the things are necessary, we have to go to the root cause. So the problem is in the ovaries. If the problem is in the uterus, we have to rule out the cause, and according to the cause, we have to give the medicines. So it is not, it cannot be specific as like allopathy medicines that for ovulation, these medicines or HCG is given. It is not like that. And this is the specialty of Ayurveda medicines. That it is specific.
It's personalized.
It's personalized medicine.
Correct. Okay, so somebody is asking, can you talk more about the proper timing for coitus to have a healthy conception? You mentioned about that.
Yeah, we have mentioned about that. Generally, the 14th day is mentioned as a ovulation day, if the cycle is of 26 or 21 days till 32 days. But again, as Ayurveda is for Vata dosha Prakriti, Vata Prakriti, Pitta Prakriti, and Kapha Prakriti, the ovulation can vary from 9th day till 19th day. So in that case, the female can have the basal body temperature. When the ovulation is there, there is little change in the temperature, and that the female should observe. And during that time, she should go for the act for the best conception. And before that, there should not be having any act. This will help to have the quality of semen, and a good baby will take place, or the good conception will be there.
Okay. So somebody's asking about, again, the medicines that can be used in PCOD. I think you answered this question. Do you want to comment on that? Somebody's asking the same question, which medicine can be used in PCOD?
Not only simple medicines, there are multiple medicines. And whatever I have mentioned in ovulatory disorders like Shatavari, asparagus is one of the best medicine. So in that case, asparagus churna can be taken by everyone. It is safe. But again, the person-specific medicine, when it is not helping for that, then in that case, you should go for that consultation with physician.
But off the shelf, I mean, there are so many off the shelf, all these supplements that you see, Shatavari is available, all these, right?
Yes, so Dashamula is there. Dashamula is one of the best herbs. Dashamula decoction can be taken by everyone. It is helping for that. And Chandrakala Ras, Chandraprabha Ras is also one of the best medicine, which is helping for Apana Vata, which is one of the main reasons for the infertility.
Okay. So these can be taken safely if someone wants to go and buy some of these.
Chandra Prabhavati can be taken safely, and in that case, only for 1 month, 2 months they can be taken. It can increase the heat also. So again, the advice of the physician should be taken.
Sure. Okay, so hope we answered this question for you. Any other questions, please? We have time. So you did really well on the time-wise.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. No, I apologize because I don't limit like this, but today is different. So any more questions? We have 10 minutes. We have 5 more minutes. We can take more questions. No problem. she did amazing as far as the time, and she explained everything really well. So any questions you have, you're welcome to ask us right now. And if you, yes.
I will help you about guide regarding the few therapies which are mentioned in Ayurveda. For example, Nasya. Nasya therapy is the nasal administration of the herbs or the medicated oil and medicated ghee, or the cow ghee is one of the best herb that can be available, best medicine everyone can take at home. Cow ghee, Nasya. So 4 drops, every person who are willing for going for the conception, they can take this. And in that case, it will help for the mental stress, to reduce mental stress. And cow milk is one of the best medicine, but cow milk, A2 cow milk should be available. If it is A1, then there is no use of that milk.
And nasya, what oil should someone use for the nasya? You said the nasya.
Yes, for nasya, cow ghee should be specially used.
Oh, yes, cow ghee for the nasya also.
Yes, cow ghee, desi cow ghee, 4 drops in both the nostrils. It should be warm enough, and it should be put into the night 2 or 3 times in a day. It will help for a mental balance. It will help for the ovaries to secrete hormones, because immediately behind the nasya procedure, which is helping for the pituitary gland, and pituitary gland is controlling on all the reproductive system or organs. And if we are doing nasya with plain, that means this is a treatment for every couple, they can do at home.
Okay, but this can be done even if you're not thinking of having a baby, just for
yes, for hair fall, for stress, for everything, to maintaining the eyes, for maintaining of the ears, everything.
Okay, thank you. So someone is asking to talk more about the beginning of that presentation. I'm sorry, we don't have time. You can watch the presentation again. This is being recorded, so we don't have time for her to start at the beginning. If you missed it, you're welcome to watch it on FB Live. It's being recorded. So any other questions, specific questions on having problems with the infertility? We can take a few more questions right now. We are open for questions. Yeah. All right. And if you want, should I wrap up? I just want to ask the audience. I see quite a few audience in Zoom, so I just want to make sure that I'm not missing any questions before I wrap up. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, well, there is. I always, when I'm trying to wrap up, there's always so the Apana Vayu has to be managed for infertility, ?
Yes. Especially Apana Vata, there are 5 types of Vata dosha. Specifically, Apana Vata is balancing the organs which are present below the umbilicus. So below the umbilicus, the intestines, large intestine, small intestine, uterus, kidneys, bladder, everything is under control of Apana Vata. So whenever we are treating any kind of infertility cases, we control first Apana Vata. We balance Apana Vata with the help of Basti treatment. Basti is a treatment where we are giving multiple type of medical decoctions and medicated oil through the area of rectum. It is a kind of medicated enema, because in the hospital the enema, soap water enema is given. So everyone is not aware about the medicated enema. But in Ayurveda, we are using the thousands of decoctions, and very beautiful decoctions they are, which are helping to balance Apana Vata, and which help when the Apana Vata is balanced, immediately there is a pregnancy, which I'm experiencing in my practices. Because when we are advising the Basti treatment or Virechana treatment, toxins, detoxification, and Basti treatment, immediately after that, the patient gets conceived. So this is the magic of Ayurveda science.
Yeah. So any questions, any more questions you have, I've written our email, and if you want to consult with her, you're welcome to send us an email as well. She'll be offering more programs, like group workshops, and we'll be bringing them to you in different topics, and also in infertility. If you're interested in group workshops, let us know. Okay, so we have some comments, someone saying they really enjoyed this. That's good. Okay, ma'am, can you advise? Yes, can you advise any Basti treatment? She talked about that. So I'm sorry, right now we are on the hour. We'll have to wrap up. Any last question? We can take one more question before I wrap up. I'm happy to do that. And this, by the way, this webinar, this session is only for educational, and it's meant for the end clients, not doctor to doctor. We are coming with doctor to doctor. So if you are a doctor listening to this, please hold on. We will be coming. Okay, no more questions then. Well, with that, I would like to wrap up this session. Thank you so much, Vaidya Yogita, for coming.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you for patiently listening to all the listeners. Thank you.
Great. And with that, we'd like to wrap up this session. Let us know about your feedback. Please help us share these sessions. All we are doing is advocating natural therapies to all over the world so that we can all live a healthy and a natural way of life. With that, I'd like to wrap up this session. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you and namaste. Thank you.